And then Hardaway Studying T. Back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. We here for the college football picks for the day. Again, ready here for a good time or a long time. Smash that like button. We'll be starting up the UFC MMA stream. You know what I mean? Makachev versus Oliveira after this one. But right now, I'm here to get you our college football picks of the day, our best bets of the day, all bets, right? All the games, and then the best bets for the day. So whether you're here for a good time or a long time, y'all smash that like button for your boy. I'm gonna watch y'all from the chat off the phone. What's good, Charles? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Appreciate you coming to the building. What's good, D Free? My brother D Free, TWT. Y'all smash that like button. About to hit y'all with our college picks for this morning. About to make the live bets. D Free, you still got some money left over from yesterday too. D Free. D Man do too actually. But yeah, let's go and get into it. The first one on the docket pretty easy, right? Iowa State and Ohio State. We going with Ohio State in that one. Pretty easy, right? Simple as pie. Ohio State over Iowa, right? Clemson and Syracuse. This game is going to be a little tougher to pick. Clemson is at home. Clemson undefeated. Syracuse undefeated. Clemson 5-0. Syracuse 6-0. Somebody old must go today. This is going to be an early game to watch. Clemson has been in some games where they started close and then they blew the top off, right? Syracuse hasn't really just been challenged like that yet. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say this is their first challenge, but this is their first big challenge, their first prime time challenge. This is their first challenge with them having expectations on them as well, right? And like I said, Clemson has been in some close games early, but eventually they ended up blowing the top off of people, right? Clemson, I'm a little afraid of this Clemson team, but I'm taking this Clemson team to beat Syracuse today, mainly because they're at home and it's going to be hard to beat Clemson. Some people are back and forth on Clemson's quarterback. I'm a believer in him. You know what I mean? The man has 10 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. You know what I mean? So in college football, you can always kind of, go with the quarterback, right? So we got Clemson over Syracuse and that one. Again, y'all smash that like button whether you're here for a good time or a long time. We got Baylor versus Kansas. Kansas, right? They're missing their starting quarterback, but they have a very, very capable backup quarterback in Bean. Not as good as Jaden Daniels, right? Not as good, but still serviceable quarterback in his own. He could put up a lot of points. The thing with Bean, right? Bean sometimes puts the ball in danger, which is how he ended up losing his spot anyway, right? Has all the natural talent, has the arm and everything, does Kansas Bean, the backup QB, but he puts the ball in some bad situations and he will turn it over, which is how he lost his spot to Daniels. Daniels is hurt, and now back in comes Bean. Again, Bean is a very serviceable player, but he got that interception problem. So today, I'm going to go with Baylor. But y'all, this is a game, right, that could go either way. Kansas could blow the doors off Baylor. Baylor could blow the doors off Kansas, right? But I'm more confident in the Baylor's offense and the Baylor's defense. Actually, Baylor has some injuries along their defensive front. Baylor does have some injuries along their defensive front, right? Baylor does have some injuries along the defensive front. And also, Baylor offense kind of sputters a little bit early to me, right? Baylor offense kind of sputters early. I'm going to take Kansas in this one with the points, right? So we're going to go Baylor to win the game, right? We're going to take Baylor to win, but I'm going to take Kansas with the 10.5, right? Let's go. We go head down to Cincinnati and SMU. SMU is at home. I say in this one, the best bet would be to go with Cincinnati. They're looking good right now. SMU already has a couple losses. I've seen them lose to a team they were supposed to beat. So we got Cincinnati over SMU. Miami versus Duke. I'm going with Miami at home. Neither of these teams look like world beaters, but Miami had high expectations coming in today against Duke. They finally get a chance to put it all together, and I think that they will put it all together. So I got the Miami Hurricanes beating the Duke Blue Devils. Right, this one's pretty easy. Notre Dame versus UNLV. Right, LSU versus Mississippi. This is going to be a tight game. LSU at home got Ole Miss coming in. Ole Miss is led by that dangerous running attack, that that very formidable running attack, right? Is Mississippi. And this game is going to come strictly going to come down to, can LSU stop the run game of Ole Miss? You know what I mean? I believe in this game they're going to be able to not stop them, but they're going to be able to contain them. I think LSU has a better offense, right? The defense is, may be about even, right? But I think LSU has a better offense. Again, this is a situation where I'm going to go with the better quarterback as well. LSU has one of the best quarterbacks, you know what I mean, in the nation, in Jaden Daniels. So I'm going LSU in the tight one over Ole Miss. Wisconsin versus Purdue. This is another game, you know what I mean, that I struggle with. Wisconsin is at home. What's good, Kurt? And for that fact, mainly, right, I'm going to go with Wisconsin over Purdue. This is literally a toss-up game, 50-50, could go either way. I'm going to go with the home team, Wisconsin. Wisconsin takes care of the ball. So does Purdue, right? But I believe Wisconsin you know what I mean, has more pure talent, right, than Purdue, on top of them being at home. So I think Wisconsin is a pretty good play at home versus Purdue today. Wake Forest versus Boston College. Wake Forest should handle that game pretty easy, right? We got Texas visiting Oklahoma State. This is a battle of the ranked teams, right? When I first look at it, I think Oklahoma State has a slightly better offense. Texas has a slightly better defense. Texas played Alabama extremely close. You know what I mean? That week one. I like this Texas team. I like the makeup of this team, the pro style offense. You know what I mean? Very reliable ground game, very reliable air attack, well balanced team. Right. Oklahoma State relies mostly on their air attack. Right. They mix in the run, right? But they rely mostly on their air attack, as it always has, right? Oklahoma State. In this game, I believe Texas defense is going to step up to the plate. They're going to be able to tame that Oklahoma State offense. I got Texas on the road over Oklahoma State. We're going to go on down to Oregon versus UCLA. What's good, DS? Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. We got Oregon versus UCLA. This one is my upset of the day, y'all. UCLA versus Oregon. I don't believe I ain't gonna say I don't believe in that Oregon offense, right? But I've seen that Oregon offense sputter before, and their UCLA offense and their team, they just keep on rolling, they just keep on ticking. They're the Cinderella story this year, and I believe that the Cinderella story is real when it comes to UCLA this year. This team right here is really good, and I think today, with this Oregon win, they're going to put their stamp on, them being a real, contender in a powerhouse in college football this year. I got UCLA going into Oregon, pulling off the upset today. Yeah, UCLA over Oregon. Boise State versus Air Force. This is going to be a ground versus pass game, right? Air Force, has that running attack. Boise State, right, would like to be a pass team, but they don't really take care of the ball that well, right? They put the ball in harm's way a lot. They started off running a lot. They started off passing a lot this year, right? But as the year went on, they kind of got the running game more involved. That's not good, especially like when, we know that your coach wants to pass. Historically, you're a passing school, but you got to switch to the run after the third game because you can't stop giving the ball to the other team. I don't believe in this Boise State team, right? I believe these odds are so close because everybody knows the Air Force is going to come in and run, right? So, there's that aspect. But even then, right, even we know the Air Force coming in here and run, I think these odds are kind of close. I think Air Force, go put it on Boise State today. So I got Air Force at home versus Boise State. Alabama, Mississippi State, of course, we got Bama in that one, right? We go keep it moving. Texas A&M versus South Carolina. This is a battle between two mid teams of the SEC in the SEC, right? South Carolina got transfer Spencer Rattler in, right? And he's not playing, just that great. But I'm not gonna blame it just on him. That whole team is bad, like bad with a capital B. Bad like the Michael Jackson album, bad. Like that's a bad team down there in South Carolina. Sorry for Spencer Rattler, one of the most highly touted college football players, quarterback, and he was a point guard, right? Touted on the basketball court as well. Spencer Rattler out of Oklahoma, went to Oklahoma, got his spot taken by Caleb Williams, ended up having to transfer. Now he's in South Carolina. Who knows if this guy was looked at as a surefire NFL player, right? 4 years ago. Now, who knows if he's even going to go to the NFL? Maybe he get in undrafted. Maybe somebody see potential in him. You know what I mean? Maybe he may go be an overseas basketball player. You know what I mean? Who knows? But Spencer Rattler is down there in South Carolina. The South Carolina team is bad. You know what I mean? Can we get trades approved? The vacancy. Somebody got that vacant team. Now all you gotta do is ask him, send him a trade offer, and he'll accept it or decline it. That's somebody's team now. That's somebody's team now, or 817. But yeah, I'm taking Texas A&M, over South Carolina. That South Carolina team is all the way around bad. We got Minnesota versus Penn State. Another game I think is going to be close, right? Ground game versus ground game versus ground game. Ground game versus ground game, right? Minnesota has lost 2 in a row. Penn State lost last week. I'm picking Penn State to bounce back at home. Minnesota's one dimensional. I think Penn State's the better all around team. I got Penn State for the win over Minnesota. TCU versus Kansas State. This game could also be the game of the day, right? This is going to be a very competitive game. TCU at home versus Kansas State. And this one I'm going with TCU in a close game. Both these teams, are pretty good this year. I think both these teams undefeated. I know TCU is undefeated. I think Kansas State is undefeated, or they may have one loss. But both these teams, are legit. This is a 50-50 game. I expect this to be a tight one, but I'm going to go right with the better quarterback. I'm going to go with both these quarterbacks are good, right? But I'm going to go with, the quarterback that I've seen the longest, that's been around the longest, right, and done it. And I'm going to go with TCU over Kansas State. Kansas State very well could win that game, right? If Kansas State win that game, it wouldn't be an upset or anything like that. And actually, if you want an underdog today, Kansas State may be, one of the underdogs that you may want to play. But I believe in, I believe in the quarterback. I believe in college football. If you're having trouble picking between two teams, you always go with the better quarterback, right? So I'm going with TCU at home to beat Kansas State in the close game. Louisville, Pittsburgh. This is also going to be a close game. Basically, Louisville is all quarterback or bust. Louisville is basically all quarterback or bust. They live, breathe, eat, sleep, and die with Cunningham at Louisville for quarterback. He leads the team in passing. He leads the team in rushing. And goddamn, if he would throw it to himself, he probably would throw it to himself, right? Pittsburgh, I think, is the better overall team, right? I think Louisville has the better quarterback, and Louisville is at home, right? But I think Louisville puts a whole lot of pressure on Cunningham, right? The quarterback. I think they put a whole lot of question. He said, "Hey, bro, who you picked to win versus Jan versus O?" I picked I picked O'Malley. I picked O'Malley on my final bet sheet, right? But I did make a bet card without O'Malley on it. But I picked O'Malley though. I'm about to fire that string up in a second. What's good, Deshaun? But I picked O'Malley. In this game, I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh on the road to beat Louisville, right? I believe they put O'Malley. I believe they they put a lot on Cunningham from Louisville. I think today is going to be just a little too much for him to fend off this Pittsburgh team. If you want to take an underdog today, Pittsburgh slight underdog on the road going into Louisville, right? I'm taking Pittsburgh. Damn, they kicked me out. I'm taking Pittsburgh, you know what I mean, over Louisville in that one. We got Utah State versus Wyoming. We got but I did one where I kept that fight out of it too, right? That's a Sean O'Malley, the underdog in that fight, just to let you know, he the underdog, but I think he gonna be able to win, control the distance. I think Peter Yan start a little slow, and I think O'Malley gonna be able to win on his activity and controlling the range, right? Utah versus Wyoming. This is a game between, two mediocre teams. Utah State is terrible. Wyoming is, mid average, team at best. If you want to, pick a win in this, I would say Wyoming beats Utah State, right? So Wyoming over Utah State in that game. Washington versus Cal. Cal is at home. Washington started off, real hot, and then they, they took their loss, and then they came back the next week. They had a struggle in that game. I'm not really sure if they won or lost the last one, but I know they were losing, at a point in time when I checked in on it. I think they ended up pulling out the win, right? But I don't think Washington has anything to worry about today, right? In this game, I got Washington winning pretty comfortably over Cal. And then we got San Diego State and Nevada. Nevada is a terrible team. San Diego State ain't all that much better, but they're better than Nevada. So San Diego State for the win today, right? So now we about to set up the parlay. So we got Ohio State over Iowa. I'm gonna take that one out because the odds not really worth that much, right? 10,000 don't do much for our bet. But we got Ohio State over Iowa. Let me see. So right now, our games will $1 will be worth $3,100 for all our picks today. So for my picks today, $1 could win me $3,000. So, but you know what? I'm actually going to make that one right. I'm gonna make that one for 50 cents. Right, I'm gonna make that one for 50 cents, and then I'm gonna make a shorter one. Right. So we got Ohio State over Iowa, Clemson over Syracuse. We got Kansas plus 10 with Baylor, right? But we got Baylor in that one, but we got Kansas plus 10. We got Cincinnati over SMU. We got Miami over Duke. We got Notre Dame over UNLV, LSU over Mississippi, Wisconsin over Purdue, Wake Forest over Boston College, Texas over Oklahoma State, UCLA over Oregon, Air Force over Boise State, Alabama over Mississippi State, Texas A&M over South Carolina, Penn State over Minnesota, TCU over Kansas State, Pittsburgh over Louisville, Wyoming over Utah State, Washington over California, and San Diego State over Nevada. Right. So we go bet 50 cents on it to win $1,500. Right. Those are the games. Now we go take our short parlay, right? We go take Cincinnati over SMU. Right. Cincinnati over SMU. Right. We go take LSU over Mississippi. Wait, no, we go try to leave that one out of there, right? So we go try to leave that one out of there. All right, we go take Texas over Oklahoma State. We go take UCLA over Oregon. We go take Penn State over Minnesota. We go take TCU over Kansas State. Right. We go take Washington over Cal. All right, then let's look at some more games real quick. Let's open it up now. Let's go to all the games. Open it up. Houston, Navy, Indiana Rutgers, Akron, Kent State, Tennessee, UT Martin, Northern UCLA, West Virginia, Texas Tech, Memphis, Tulane, and we go take Memphis over Tulane. We go take Memphis over Tulane. So we go take those 7 games right there. So this is our 7-game play for the day. Oregon, nope. They losing, Batman. UCLA real, Batman. UCLA real, A17. They real, Brody. That quarterback and that running back is real. Wait, look, okay, look. That's my 7, though. Look, y'all got my 7. So y'all got all my picks for the day, right? Y'all got my 7. Cincinnati over SMU. Texas over Oklahoma State. UCLA to beat Oregon at Oregon, right? Penn State over Minnesota. TCU over Kansas State, right? Washington over California, right? And then you got the Memphis Tigers over the Tulane Green Wave, right? So we go bet $1.50 on that, right? We go bet $1.50 on those 7 games for 100. You know what I mean? So, boom, there you go. I don't believe in Bo Nix. So 150 for 100. That's our 7. Let me see if I can add something else in there real quick. Do an 8. Old Dominion, Georgia Southern, Northwestern, Maryland, North Texas, Mississippi, LSU, LSU, Mississippi. No, I said I'm gonna keep that one out of there. Florida Atlantic, UTEP, Vanderbilt, Missouri. Vanderbilt gonna fuck around and beat Missouri. I think if I could throw one more in there. East Carolina, UCF, that's gonna be a good one. Nope, I'm gonna leave it like that. Yep, I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I did. I picked it on that big one though. I got LSU for the win. I got LSU for the win on the big one, A17. Yeah. So let's take a look at it. I'm finna come back after this. I'm gonna come back with my NBA picks for the day. Like right after this. As soon as I end this, I'm coming right back with my NBA picks. So y'all stick around. So this is my big board. This is my big board pick for the day. My big board picks for the day. I bet 50 cents to win 1,500. Did South Carolina go beat Texas A&M? And I don't think so. I don't think so. I got Ohio State over Iowa. I got Clemson over Syracuse. I got Baylor to beat Kansas, right? But I got Kansas to cover the 10.5 spread. Cincinnati over SMU. Florida over Duke. Notre Dame over UNLV. Cincinnati over SMU. I think Notre Dame over UNLV. LSU over Mississippi. I got Wisconsin over Purdue. I got Wake Forest over Boston College. I got Texas over Oklahoma State. That's the joint I'm scared of, Batman. That's the joint I'm scared of. Texas over Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State ain't no joke. UCLA over Oregon. Oregon the favorite, but UCLA go get them, man. That quarterback and that running back real. Air Force over Boise. Alabama over Mississippi State. Texas A&M over South Carolina. Penn State over Minnesota. TCU over Kansas State. Pittsburgh to upset Louisville and Cunningham Cole. Wyoming over Utah State. Wisconsin over California. And San Diego State over Nevada. That's our 20 pick. And our 7 play right. This is the one that I advise you play right. The 7 play today. Cincinnati over SMU. Texas over Oklahoma State. UCLA over Oregon. Memphis over Tulane. Penn State over Minnesota. TCU over Kansas State. And Washington over California. And we bet 150 for 113 on it. So that's the 7 pick, and that's a 20 pick. You know. So those my college football. You know what I mean? Best picks for the days. I'm a Longhorn fan. Gundy always tough at home. Yep. Texas should pull out though. Man, I like that Texas team. I like that Texas defense. I'm gonna stay on this thing for 3 more minutes while I set up my basketball picks for the day. And then after we do the basketball picks, we gonna start the MMA stream. So I'm finna set up for the basketball pick right now though. But yeah, man, I feel good about this 7. He's at this Quinn first shoe road game. So yeah, I feel you. But hook him. Yep. That junk gonna be a good one. Yeah, that junk gonna be a good one. Yeah. I'm turning for that Memphis Tulane game. You know, I'm from Memphis. Memphis be blowing lead. We be blowing leads and shit. We be blowing leads and shit, man. 10, 22, 22. Let me see how I set it up last time. For sure, pimp. Put NBA first. Tony Pollard from Memphis. Yeah, he is. Did you pick a winner in the main event? Yeah, I did. I picked Makachev. Bro. Yep, I picked Makachev. Yep, I got Makachev. Yep, all 12 games. Yeah, but I'm finna get up out of here. Yeah, Makachev. I'm finna get up out of here. I appreciate everybody sliding through this John Skin Holloway 17. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But just the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love.